What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from Pink Tourmaline. Today's video is a follow-up on what I talked about yesterday in terms of what is a life review. Now, here is an actual example of a gentleman who had a life review. He's going to talk about it in this minute clip, and then I'll discuss it afterwards. But this is a really cool recounting, but not super into detail, but this is what he experienced in his version of his life review. I'm sure not all of them are exactly the same, but very, very interesting to say the least. Check this out.
I then started to see every bad thing I ever did. Even as a little child, I saw everything bad that I ever did. And I didn't just see it from my eyes, I saw it from the eyes of those who were around me when I did those things. I then started to feel this warming feeling come over me. And then I started to see all the good that I ever did in my life. I saw everything good that I ever did. And many times when I didn't even know I was doing good, sometimes I was doing good. So I was able to see the polarity of my life, the bad first and then the good. And as the good was being shown to me, I started to believe with the deepest parts of my heart that yes, I was worth existing. I was worth being. And I wasn't doing near as bad as I thought. I was doing much better than I thought. And as I had those thoughts, I started to feel this warming energy come over my back.
All right, so there it is right there. There's a couple of things that I think are really interesting to focus on here. So number one, he talks about when he mentions the good things that he's reviewing, he's not only seeing things that he remembers or like, yes, I remember I did this nice thing for that person or this person. He said he's seeing things that he didn't even realize were good things. Maybe he just happened to say hello to somebody, I guess, on the bus, and maybe that made their day. And these are the types of things I'm imagining. Obviously, I'm interpreting a little bit, but I thought that was really fascinating. Like, there's probably so many positive things that we do just by being ourselves and just trying to live good lives that we do for people, or we emit like positive energy to others that we're not even aware of. And that's kind of like a really cool thing. The other thing that is important that is mentioned in a lot of NDE life reviews is that you not only see the negative things, also the positive things. Likewise, you not only see those things, but you experience them through the lens of the person that you affected. So if you hurt somebody, you feel what that pain was that you caused them. If you help somebody, you feel the joy or the pleasure that you created in them. And it goes back, this all goes back to that same idea of, or that same question of, why are there life reviews? And to me, the conclusion that I'm come to right now, and I'd be happy to modify or amend my position if I learn more information, but to me, just from a logical standpoint, it's got to all be about learning. And that also coincides with the purpose of life that so many people echo over and over. Life is about learning. And I think the life review is another chapter in that learning journey, where now we get to do an exit interview, if you will. We get to see all the things that we did and all the choices that we made. How do they impact somebody here? How did they impact somebody there? Like, I learned my lessons, of course, through my experiences and whatever, but now I'm going to dive even deeper, and we're going to do a deep dive into everything that happened in my life, not only to me, but what happened to other people as a result of my life. And that can all inform our spirit and our energy, and hopefully work towards that progression of evolving forward. The last thing I'll say too is, I mentioned this in my other video of what is a life review, is obviously these life reviews have profound effects for people that pass away temporarily and come back. Like this gentleman right here is talking about how he realized, oh my God, my life is worth living. Maybe he was grappling with that question of, what should I even be living it? Do I even deserve to live? Because I'm hurting people or something. Maybe, he's thinking something like that. And for him to have this moment, it reset him and let him know, no, you're actually doing way better in life. You're doing great. And you think you're doing terrible, you're doing great. And he comes back now with a renewed sense of purpose and really wanting to live his life to the fullest. But what about those who don't make it back? And my initial thoughts on that are, again, just from a logical standpoint, not from a research standpoint, but my logical brain is telling me that maybe for some of these people that do experience near death experiences, or they have these life reviews and they still come back for whatever reason, it's part of their plan. Like it was important for them to have that experience, or maybe they were getting off track and they needed redirection. Who knows? But there was a purpose for it. But for most of us who don't experience a near death experience or a life review or whatever, perhaps, hey, our life is unfolding, good or bad, as it roughly should. And then ultimately, when we have that life review at the end of our lives, it is a spiritual teaching, a spiritual lesson, not for us to bring back lessons and put them into action in this life, but maybe for the next life, or maybe in our existence in the ethereal. And if you want to learn more about what existence is like outside of the physical plane, outside of the universe, and in the ethereal, a great place to go is Journey of Souls. That book is amazing. And he talks of I think the subtitle of that book is Lives Between Lives. So what we're actually doing when we're not in the universe, and not in not being manifested as or not being incarnated as a physical being. So very, very, very interesting. And I think the other thing too is the message that I get from that book as well is we feel like our lives probably in the physical, our lives are like the important, not important's not the right word, but like the bulk of our existence. Whereas I think actually I've now realized that it's quite the contrary. Like these are little journeys or little trips, but it seems like our real existence, or the majority of our existence, which is a weird thing to say because there's no time apparently in the ethereal, but our real existence, or the bulk of our existence, is happening outside of the physical plane in the ethereal. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Just want to dive into that really, really cool life review. I know I talked about it yesterday. If you caught that video, here's now a great example that I wanted to showcase. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think of these life reviews? How do they impact you? How do they make you feel? And do you think I'm on point with my speculations about perhaps the purpose of these life reviews? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.